Oh, okay. Welcome to Eight Questions with Snake Bites. Um, Me and the Cheeto, we have been snake bit, and our poor guests, the two. Uh, I am supposed to be up here with actor singer Jerry Beasley, but a funny thing happened to the way to the forum, and that is he was supposed to he was supposed to be meeting with a realtor last Tuesday. And unfortunately, the realtor got things mixed up and they missed their appointment. And today is the one day that he can meet with them. So he told me that this might not happen. He said he'd do his best. So what I'm going to do is for today, I'm going to go up and we're going to run the show as best we can, and unless we hear from him that he's not going to make it. Um, but if not, I will turn right around and do what I did yesterday. I will reschedule because I want to definitely want to talk to Jerry. And I want to say congratulations to Jerry, and he got engaged to his boyfriend Kevin. So Kevin and Jerry are engaged. I don't know any more details other than that. Uh, but that was one of the things we were going to talk about for sure, obviously, right? I mean, you always want to celebrate someone's happy day. Uh, so that would have been cool. Of course, yesterday we had to reschedule our guest Sean Kane. And if you've already seen down below where I generally do all my live streams, you'll see that we rescheduled Sean for Friday, the 24th of June. So, what we'll do, we'll just go ahead and things don't work out today. I mean, I'll be up here. I'll be up here for for a half hour. And if Jerry can't make it in a half hour, 45 minutes, then we'll just call it a night and reschedule them best we can. Um, See what we can do. Uh, one quick minute. Well, I have to take care of some business with a certain orange cheetah. Bye, Paladin. Bye, buddy. Okay. Ta-da! I had to get to. Hey, Kevin. Oh well. Um. Yeah. Thanks for sharing this out. I I don't know if my guest will make it. He's currently with the realtor, and he's trying to get a new place for him from our guest Jerry Beasley, actor singer extraordinaire. He is trying to find a new place. So, and the realtor, uh, yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to tell him we're gonna have to reschedule. This is the same place I was at yesterday. It's all right. Hold on one second, because he's pinging me. And I'm going to tell our friend Jerry to relax and just tell me, well, tell me what happens. Uh, all right. And there we go. So yeah, that happens. Yesterday, our guest Sean came. I mentioned he had a medical emergency, so he had to take care of that. And today, our guest had to take care of living a living situation. So that happens. So well, at 10 o'clock, the midnight hour comes on. So if you're coming to see me talk to somebody, not going to happen. But at 10 o'clock, Hobbs Horror and the crew take over. They're going to talk about other channels and their new line of swag. They got some swag out. They got T-shirts and cups and pumpkin masks and T-shirts that say "The Midnight Hour loves the King of Horror." All sorts of good stuff that Josh and Mr. Bones have come up with. So hopefully they'll be talking about their new line of gear coming up at 10 o'clock on Hobbs Horror. Maybe something like that might down the line for me and Al Lucard. We might do something like that. We might have to talk about that. So we'll see where that goes. Who knows? It seems like I'm doing deja vu though, because it seems like I was right here yesterday, which I was. So, so I will do a small calendar update. First of all, before I do that, I should tell you about what happened earlier this afternoon, which was a lot of fun. On Tuesday, Monday, I went over to Video Tasties, Gareth, over in the UK. He invited me to come over to do a watch along with him of Andy Sedaris films. So, because nobody really knows about Andy Sedaris over in the UK. So he was, he heard about him. He says he wanted to get into his movies, and he asked me if I knew anything about him, and yeah, Andy Sedaris is one of my favorites, and so he invited me to come over to watch an Andy Sedaris film with this watch along series, and so we started out by watching the first movie, which was Malibu Express, which featured Sybil Danny, and so that's what we did, and we had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun doing the watch along. On Tubi too, as well. I watched the movie on Tubi, and so hey, what's going on, monkey? Oh my gosh! I was just about ready to. I was just about ready to tell the story about this afternoon. Um, so I had a great time with Garrett, and then he came back Tuesday, and he asked me if I would like to do his video challenge, his video Friday night fights on his channel, and so it was like he already had done his first battle. It was Garrett from Video Tasties himself, Ricky from the old AFs, our good friend Ricky, and our good friend Boz, and they all battled hard. And so he invited me and invited another YouTuber named Sophie's Retro Revival to come on to battle. And so, hey Chadwick, how are you, sir? So I said, sure, I'd come over for that, a day and a half. Why not? That'd be sounds like a lot of fun. So what it was we just get 10 movies that we love, horror movies of the 2000s plus, and then we present them. And of course, I didn't know who the judge was going to be, but I sort of knew I was in trouble anyway. Uh, it turned out to be Voz. Voz was the judge. So I sort of knew right then and there I was going to be in for a long night. Uh, yeah, right, no doubt. But that and you ask anybody who's ever known me, Monkey, they will tell you two of the films that I detest the most. I do not like. I do not like. Though I shouldn't say I don't like. It's just they just don't move me. Well, I don't like The Shining. Halloween is cool only in a sense that I mean I just feel like it had pacing issues. I just think it's I mean it has pacing issues for me. I just didn't find it scary myself. I just didn't find it. Um, uh, no, but I will say this: what was really cool about Halloween is talking to Sandy Johnson, who played Judith Myers in the first film. When we talked to her, because I was really curious about Halloween, about Michael Myers, and I asked Judith. I said, I asked her, I says, is Michael Myers human or is he superhuman? And she says it's a little of both. He's a little of both. And that's what really got me thinking about this. They're ending the new trilogy here in a minute, later on this year, um, and it got me thinking of how the movie's going to end. Um, Michael Myers is superhuman, but he's not. But he's. I think that for the Halloween ends, we're going to find out that he's been bespelled. He's been underneath the spell, literally, by the Shamrock Corporation. I think he's going to be. He's going to be. We don't know why, but we just know that he is. And I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to find out that Lori and her granddaughter. The only way to defeat Michael is they're going to have to break the spell. They're going to have to break how he's being controlled. I think that when it happens, um, I think it's going to be a win-win situation. I think they're going to be able to break the spell, and then Michael's either going to forget about them, or 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 destroy them. Sure, yeah, love to hear it. It's just that he's not human. So someone is controlling him. I mean, right now. As right now, I know there's some people are saying that his mask is controlled by Shamrock, but he has lost the mask several times. I'm not really so sure that he's controlled by the mask. I do think that he's controlled by a spell. That's how I feel that that's how he's controlled. But what I don't know is why would they let him go rampant and run around and kill everybody? That's a mystery. I don't understand that. But yeah, let's talk about it. Chadwick, what do you think? I know you don't like Halloween '78 either, but do you have any ideas, thoughts about what's going to happen at the end of it? Halloween ends. Uh, I've said this and I've stated this many, many times. Um, they cannot have Laurie Strode get killed. In fact, I mean, we're already not exactly sure if he's killed her daughter or not. We're not exactly sure. Um, if they did, if the daughter is dead, Judy Greer's character is dead, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough because he wins, right? Um, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't either. I have a digibook. I have. Okay. Wow. Okay, now that's a really good that's an idea. That's a really good idea, in fact. But do you think people would buy that? I just feel like that's an innovative and an original idea, but I just don't see the fans going for that. I think the fandom would just implode. I think they would implode. I think their brains would I don't think they could handle that. It's a good theory. It's sort of like American Psycho. American Psycho is another movie like that. Uh, Christian Bale, his character too. He never kills anybody. Everything that we see is in his head. Uh, I don't know, man. It's why. Okay, so basically, she's being punished for being a sex worker. I yeah, I just I don't think that would work. I think the fans would just no. It's a I mean it's an idea. I mean, I'm not putting it down at all. I'm just thinking, you got to think a little bit. You got to think what the fans will react to that, and you know, that'd be like making Sydney the ghost face. I mean, could they make her? Could they do that? I mean, it's an amazing idea. I mean, that's what I was thinking before Screen 5. Thanks for coming by, Chadwick. I was thinking about that too. Uh, yeah, yeah. See, that's the one thing bad about Halloween franchise too, is because they have that locked in Michael can't die rule or in the rights or whatever. You're really hamstrung on what you can do. You know, that's the reason why Halloween has such a really god awful continuity line. Is because they've wrapped up some really good stories, and yet they're being forced to keep going. Like, okay, we finished our story. Michael, when he chopped off Michael's head, that should have been the end of the story 100%. But because he can't die, there you go. Now we just had him kill the wrong person. Uh, you know, there you go. Yeah, yeah. It's really hard for a lot of movies to end that way. I tell you who has a bad one to do that is the low budget horror films. They do that all the time. They always leave it open for a sequel, and I just it just kills me because it's like for a lot of low budget films, they've had to fight just to get their movie mates, right? I mean, they've had to fight a long time for it, and instead of just creating a really cool tale that ends, they leave it open for a sequel or continuity or continuing without any chance in hell of getting it made. They have no chance at all. Um, I think a lot of filmmakers, if they just tell the story as it is, you know, I mean, some movies leave it open for that. Any monster movie, like Godzilla, they show the eggs behind. Well, they had to because they have to bring back Godzilla if they wanted to. They couldn't kill the mother and then not, that's not how Godzilla works. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Some movies. Oh yeah. Let me change this over. Let me change this title over since I had to do this yesterday too, right? Let's see. Uh, all right, I'll do that, and then I'll come up here and do this. And I gotta go down here and do this. I'm just changing my picture, my title, my chat here on my stream to reflect that we are not interviewing anybody, so people can come by and hang out with us. Hi, bud. How are you? We got snake bed again. We're gonna have to reschedule our guest. Uh, we're gonna reschedule our guest for later on. He could not make it tonight. He had a family emergency to go to today. So 2 days in a row, right? Um, yeah, I think you're right though, Monkey. I don't think that uh, uh, uh yeah, I think of too many movies are doing the no, no, not that. Thank God. Thank God. No, he he's looking Jerry is he's looking for a place to live. He's because he got engaged. Um and so he's looking to find a new place so he and his partner can move in together. And so he's meeting a realtor that he originally had the appointment for on Tuesday, but the realtor confused the date, and today's the a day that the first day that came open, so he had to take the appointment. So I get it. So because his partner is going to have to tell the people where he's living at now, it's going to give him notice. So they're trying to basically just move in together. And that's not always easy, when you have two people living in separately. Someone has to give up their I know, isn't it awesome? You know what, I'm looking forward to talking to them about that. I know, right? I definitely said, so definitely told him congratulations, and that was one of the things we were going to talk about because that's exciting news. Anytime someone falls in love, that's good news here at Half Cheeto Will View. So, well, yeah, love waited for me for 35 years. I didn't I didn't find my soulmate till I was 35. I don't know. Oh, okay. I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. It sucks. It sucks that the real estate is and even renting an apartment these days. It's just absolutely insane. The rents are out of control. Um, you know, it's it sucks. Um, I'm not sure how long Jerry and Kevin have been together. I don't know. That was another question because I would have been asking that question. But whatever it is that I know that they're going to get married sometime soon, and that's all. That's exciting. I did not find the love of my life till I was 35. Um, that's the truth. But that love is fickle. Um, but I'll touch back the bases. I'll circle back around for replay. I was telling before Monkey and I were talking about Halloween, but I got invited to do a movie battle, um, horror films of the 2000s plus, any horror film of the year 2000 and above. It couldn't be a sequel. I mean, it couldn't be a remake, and it couldn't be a reboot. Uh, so it was me and Gareth and Sophie. Gareth from Video Tasties, Sophie from Sophie's Retro Revival, and myself. We have Valsman come out there and be the judge. I knew I was in trouble right there. I love Vaz, but I knew I was in trouble. Uh, Especially once I said that once he found out I'm not a big fan of Halloween '78, I knew my chances of winning were right out the window. There's no way I was going to win after I said that. but but we still had fun with it, right? We still had some fun. And besides, I want to see what Ricky has to say. I want to see I want Ricky to look at my list and see what he says. Um, so I battled Gareth and Sophie, and I, you know what? I don't know. You could flip a coin to see who won. I mean, all three of us had pretty good list. Really solid, and a couple of surprises on there. Um, I definitely have to say that I was very surprised at Sophie's list. Um, she was bringing some noise. She was bringing heat. I was cool. That was fun. I was just like, holy cow, this is not going to be this is not going to be easy. Uh, and Sophie was she was bringing it, and it's funny because uh, uh, and it, she oh I did this did Sophie do a video about this too? She was so sweet. She's such a nice young lady. I thought it was pretty good battle. I thought it was pretty good battle. I mean, personally, I'm sure each one of us thought their list was the best. I mean, I do. I love my list. I thought my list was very great. It was really good, and I would keep my list first overall. Um, but I voted for Sophie because simply put, because she was popping out some movies that I didn't think she would pop out. Some of those movies that she popped out, I didn't think she would. I thought it would actually be a lot of just. I thought her list would be Vasman's list. I thought her list would be like Vaz, because like I said, Vaz, and I love you, brother. You know this, but man, his list was commercial as hell. Everything in the big cinema is like, man, there was just a lack of no independent love, no independent love. What, he had a couple on there? I thought he had more. I just thought he was. I don't know. I thought his list to be more like mine. That's really what I was expecting. I really did. I thought his list to be more like mine. Um, But me and Garrett, we both were looking at each other, and we're going like, she brought the noise. So Vasman gave it to her, but me and Gareth, we gave the battle to Sophie. Um, uh, oh, oh, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I still haven't yet to see those movies. I have yet to see those movies. I'm actually waiting to see what's going to happen to Jamie Dornan. Um, is he going to be able to come back? Uh, I don't know. That guy sort of went off the rails. He went off the rails. Some of that shit he was saying and writing and stuff like that. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that guy. I don't think people really wanted to work with him after this. After some of the stuff he said. I mean, that was some weird shit the guy was posting up. I don't know. She cost the 2 packs of 50. Mm. So she was giving her opinion, or she was reading the books. I know the movies and the books are pretty spicy. Well, I definitely told Gareth that to let me know when his next battle is, and because she'll go. I think I don't know. I think when she. Oh right. Oh, Dakota Johnson. Right, Dakota Johnson. Yeah, I'm sure she did. I mean, that was, yeah. I can understand that. It. I've never seen it, but I guess there was a lot of nudity in it, which really, I don't think we're going to be seeing that kind of movie again anytime soon. I don't. I think as far as major studios go, I think that will probably be like the last hurrah of anything like that happening again. I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we'll see any nudity like that in any major studio film going forward. Of course, that's the first thing she's always going to be asked about. She's going to ask. She's going to be. Yeah. Well, you know what? At the time that it happened, of course, those books were just massively popular. It was like the Hunger Games. It was like what other books were there at the time? Harry Potter. They were just instantly Twilight. They were instantly massive at the time that the when she was cast. Every young actress was auditioning for those roles, and I mean, it shot her to instant stardom. Let's put it that way. I mean, I don't think she's been typecast. I will say that she's done a lot of different types of movies since then. She's done a lot of movies since then. But but Jamie Dorman, I mean, I some of that. I mean, you type in his name. I mean, that guy. Sheesh. I think if it was him in there against Amber Heard, I think Amber Heard probably would have won that. Yeah, he sort of creeped out everybody with some of the shit that he was saying and quoting and doing. So I mean, he's been out of the public eye now for what, almost 2 years, and I'm not sure what he's going to be doing. Yeah, regretful, definitely. Well, a role like that can lead you to being typecast. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, anytime there's a sultry role for a woman, let's get Dakota Johnson, or I mean, she's done some decent films since then. I've never seen the 50 Shades movie, so uh, I'm not sure how they are. I I know that I like Jamie Dornan as an actor, but I mean he was good in The Man from Uncle. Um, I really like that movie. But as far as yeah, yeah, that probably. Well, you know what? Yeah, but I have to sit there and say this. I mean, it was cool watching Brittany Snow do something completely different. I mean, I know that she had I think she has a topless scene in there because they're shooting a movie about sex, and she's never done anything like that before. And it was like, okay, I heard that, I was really surprised. Hey, there's Casey. What's going on, Casey? Yeah, we're talking to X. We're talking to Dakota Johnson, Brittany Snow, talking a little Halloween. Uh, I did you go back and watch the battle, Casey? I should see if Garrett has it up. Let me see if I got it up. Uh, let's see if I can find it. See if it's up. Oh, I don't think it came up. I don't think the show came up yet. No, I'm gonna have to wait until Garrett posts it up. Yeah, it was a good. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I wish the only thing I would have liked to see Monkey. Honestly, I really would have liked to seen just an impartial judge. In all honesty, that I wish that I wish we could have did that. That would have been. I think it would have made it. I think it would have been a different battle. Yeah, I personally think my list was stronger. I do believe I had the best list, but I liked the movies that Sophie picked enough to sit there and call her a winner because, like I said, I didn't expect her to come up with some of the picks she came up with, and you got to give her credit. I mean, she came up with some. I mean, her list was pretty dope. Yeah, he was he he was pissed off. I knew I wasn't gonna win. I knew it. I mean, we're friends, but I knew that I knew it was on him. I knew I had no chance. When I said I didn't like the Shining and Halloween, I knew there was no way I was winning. But the thing is, I've always said that. You can go back from when I very first came on the tube. Everybody knows that I do not like The Shining. I do not like Halloween '78. I like Halloween 2. I'm a big fan of Halloween 2. I like Halloween 2, and I do like Halloween 3. I'm a big fan of those two movies for sure. And I'm a huge fan of Sandy Johnson. I got to tell you that. Sandy Johnson is an angel. I mean, truly an angel. Yeah, Vaz was off. Yeah, he was. There was no chance of me winning, right? I could have picked Citizen Kane. I could have picked up Double Indemnity. I could have picked up Psycho. I could have picked up the 10 best movies ever made, and there's still no way I was going to win in Vaz's eyes. It's just no way. Um, but that being said, I'm going to wait to see what Ricky has to say. I want to see what he thought of the battle. And I want to see if Sophie battles again. She's going to defend her crown, or is he going to do another three brand new people, or brand new people? Yeah, yeah. I want to see what he says because he won the first fight. He won the first battle. He beat Vaz and he beat Garrett. But Vaz says that he was catering to the crowd, to the chat. We didn't do that. We weren't really we weren't catering to the chat at all. We weren't sitting there at all. We were just battling among ourselves, and we really didn't trash each other. We didn't go. I think there was more trash talking between between me and Vast than there was against the other players. And we were supposed to talk trash to the about the other players, but I couldn't do that. I just could not. I could not bring myself to talk trash about Sophie. This just no. I'm just not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that at all. Plus, her list was fun. Her list was fun. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I would bring out the show, but he has not made it public yet. Uh, it's not on his page yet. So, but I hope he does it again. That's a fun thing to do. You know what? I'm a good. I would be a good judge. I would be a good judge. I would be totally impartial. Quite honestly, I mean, if you posted Halloween '78 as one of your movies, I'm not going to trash you for that. I'm going to look at it like why you liked it, and and I'll put Halloween's like '78 in the context. I'm not going to sit there and say just because I don't like it doesn't make it a good film. I just didn't like it. I don't know. That's the only thing I would do. I'd definitely be impartial. I wouldn't engage with any of the players, like that. That's one thing I wouldn't say. I wouldn't sit there and say, "What, you picked that movie?" I wouldn't do that. I would just keep my scoring secret and comment on, like, okay, that's your number 10 pick. Oh, cool. All right. All right. And then let's see your number 9. I would not show any emotion about what they pick. That's the thing. That's you gotta keep it, because you have to stay impartial. That way it makes the game fun. I mean, like I knew I had lost. As soon as I knew I was lost halfway through halfway through my list, and I just think that if you do that, you make the game less fun for the player. If you show emotion and you show bias, the other player, he's not going to really feel he has a chance, and he's not going to be probably as he's not going to really want to be there. It's going to be probably a little bit frosted. It's a good concept. I like the concept. I think it's a lot of fun, and it forces you to think. It really does. If it forces you to think. Plus Vast didn't even see 3 of my movies. He hasn't even watched them. So there was there right then and there. I'm behind the 8 ball. So you have to, if you haven't seen the movie, you just have to, you know, you got to give it the benefit of the doubt until you see it. Well, I will say one thing I've noticed. Yeah, yeah, I would have liked that. Like I said, I personally, I like my list a lot. Uh, I like my list quite a bit. Um, I mean, Vaz told me, he says he was surprised that mine was a little bit more extreme. Um, I was surprised he thought of that. I was waiting for him to notice that I noticed my theme about my picks, because anybody who knows me, um, they know what kind of movies I'm bringing to the party. I brought in five of my IFC midnight movies. But did you notice how Voss gave us all praise for one thing? He gave us praise for not bringing no A24 films into the fight. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that. Interesting picks too. Interesting picks and smart ones, because she picked The Last Exorcism, but she didn't. She even said about the Last Exorcism 2 was rubbish, and it is. It's not very good at all. But the first one's exciting as hell. And they both picked Shaun of the Dead. That was funny. I didn't even think about doing comedy. I don't know why. I just didn't even I didn't even see that. I just thought, you know what? I'll bring in 10 horror films. Hell yeah. I want to see that top 10. Definitely. Now remember though, you're gonna give me your top 10 here, but you might have to come back with another top 10, because he could be tagging you to come battle. Because Vasman mentioned it. They mentioned Halloween '78, and and he mentioned The Shining, and I was just like, no, just no. But he did like Salem Slot '79. He liked that, so I mean, I give him credit. Um, I don't. We are talking about Jacob's Ladder. I just found that to be more of a psychological anti-war film more than I found it to be straight horror. Uh, I didn't think The Guest was horror at all. I thought The Guest was a thriller. That wasn't a horror film at all. Um, you know, I think Wolf Creek has a killer that uses a weapon, uses a gun, but that's much more of a horror because that's what he is. He's just a psychopath. Um, the Guest was cunning. Yeah, but Salem's Lot though actually had a punch to it for TV. If you go back and watch that, you got to remember that was a miniseries on CBS. That was hampered by that. Whereas The Shining and Halloween were both rated R movies, and yet Salem's Lot was equally scary, if not more. Um, the Shining took away the character, took away the they took away the to me one of the main characters. I mean, and when Stephen King turns around and says that it's a pile of poo, it's his work, right? Like, I'm sure if you asked Stephen King what he thought about the Firestarter remake, I'm sure he bent over a bucket and puke. The new Firestarter, I, I don't know what I mean. The only thing that movie has in common is um, the name of the book and Charlie and her cryokinetics. But the whole movie, the whole story is completely different from the book. It makes zero sense. The movie makes zero sense. And it forced a sequel type ending on it, which I don't get that either. I think what makes 78 really cool though is the fact that we found out about Sandy Johnson and her role in it. I have nothing but respect for her. I'm still blown away by her. She has such a beautiful heart. I'm I'm posting up the first battle. This is the battle. If you guys want to mark this down inside your if you want to put this in a playlist or something like that, or mark it down for later, watch later. So here's the very first battle. This is Garrett, Ricky, and Vaz going at it, and the fur was flying. The fur was flying. The fur was flying. That one. Uh, hey, Cass Love, how are you? We're doing open lines tonight. Uh, my guest was not able to make it tonight. That happens, but we'll be back tomorrow night. I'm crossing my fingers as I say that, but we'll be back tomorrow night with Steve Merlo. As a matter of fact, he just went live himself, so on his channel. So he's going to be talking about we're going to be talking about the Sawyer massacre tomorrow. Um, Hopefully that's going to be a lot of fun. I am doing well. I am doing well. I know it's a slow it's a slow I didn't get a chance to didn't get a really chance to let's see. Oh wow. Okay. Sound of Music, Schindler's List, The Ferryman. I never heard of The Ferryman. See, No Time to Debond, No Time to Die. Oh, Bond dies. Yes. Um, Event Horizon, Harry Potter, the last one because the horrific future scene. Yep. Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day too. All right, all right. Did you think mine was the best, Ricky? See, that's what I was thinking. That's what I wanted to see what you thought about my list. I love my list. Oh, okay, good. Hope your live was great. Yeah, I wanted to see what you thought of it, Ricky. So I love my list. I thought it was the best, but I really did like Sophie's list too. Sophie brought the noise, didn't she? I mean, think about it. She brought some noise. I mean, Garrett's wasn't that bad. I mean, they're all strong lists. Yeah, you know what people see. You know the thing is though, Casey, about that is that people don't seem to understand that the title of James Bond and the 007, it's not his. As soon as he dies, there's gonna be another James Bond and another 007. And that's how they fill up the hole, right? Double O actually, in I think how it goes is whoever was 008 moves up to become a 007 and so forth. He showed you love too, though, Ricky. Vash showed you some love. He did say that he did. You know, he was apologetic about. You know, he says he could have handled it better. It can get spicy in there. Uh, So he loves you, brother. He does. He has nothing but love for you. I have the movie, Casey. Yeah, I have it. Let's see. Pump up the volume because of the future. Their future in prison. Teens go into adult prison in the 80s. Free Willy. Um, who even asked for that? Oh, Free Willy 2. Who even asked for that? Weekend at Bernie's, a whole weekend caring for a dead body. You know, that in a way, if you think about that, you know, the horror comedy, Weekend at Bernie's could definitely fall into that because imagine that. Imagine that's sort of a horror. That's nightmare fuel right there. You know what though? See, I don't think they need to do a reboot. I don't think they need to. I don't think they need to reboot at all. They just have to put in a new agent. He's it's going to be the new 007. It could be a woman. It could be anybody. That's the beautiful about the British Secret Service. I mean, I think they explained that. Yeah, let us sleep for a little while, but I think they explained how that worked. If I'm not mistaken, in Goldeneye, how the intelligence service. I mean, the double O's move up. If one falls, a 007 dies or retires or whatnot. They move up the line. I hope that they don't. I hope they don't do that. I don't think they need to reboot the franchise. But if they're going to go with the young lady who they handpicked, they're going to have to really surround her with some serious talent to get it through. I would be very disappointed if they cast her as a James Bond and she comes in there and nobody goes to see the movie. That would be terrible. Because I mean, look at the Bond movies. Of course, they're different. You know, in a sense, I look at every Bond that has played the role as not the. It's not just the James Bond. Sean Connery played James Bond. His character then retired or died off. Then then George Lazenby came on and he assumed the mantle of James Bond, right? And then of course Roger Moore. They're all different in the same role. I don't. The thing is, so see, that's the thing, though, Ricky. I think that's the thing. It's not they're creating a James Bond. I don't think they are. I think that she already is already a double O. She's already. I mean, I have to see the movie, but as far as I think, was she already a double O beforehand? Yeah. See, if it was just one character, if it had just been one James Bond, I mean, seriously. And not only did they get different characters, but they got younger, right? Oh, she becomes a double O in Bond's absence. Okay, that's intriguing too, Monkey. I like that. We were just talking about Firestarter too, Cass. I'm not sure if you saw the remake of the movie on Peacock, but yeah, that looked like a hot mess. That looked like I don't know what they were doing. That fire starter is not anything like the book at all. It's really out there. Yeah, see, that's the thing though. It's like, see, the same thing with James Bond's is he suffers the same thing as with Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? It's like if you make him the same character through all those storylines, well, Daniel Craig's James Bond would be, freaking forever. What didn't Doctor No come out in 1967 or 66? So 34. So he's 56 years old, and he was what 21. I mean, he's got to be 30 there. So he'd be about 85. If he was the same character, and you put him into the timeline, he'd be about 86. Yeah, that's it was just found in an old recorded. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't see that's a little different. I mean, the yeah, that's. Oh, I agree. Ricky, you and I are, yeah, you're preaching to the choir here. Who is your guys' favorite Bonds? Who is your three favorite Bonds? Hey, Patrick, what's going on, Echo? Who are your three favorite Bonds? I'm telling you right now, I, I I don't think it's quite so automatic. It used to be automatically Sean Connery, but I don't think it's like that anymore. I haven't think it's like that in a long time, actually. Uh, Sean Connery used to be my favorite Bond, but he's not my favorite Bond anymore. I mean, not to say he's not great, but he's just not my favorite. Okay, so Casey mentions Connery, Craig, and more. Timothy, that's mine too, Ricky. Hell yes. Timothy Dalton was awesome. He was an awesome Bond. Timothy Dalton he was an awesome Bond. Dude, I loved because you know what, he took that role seriously. He was the first one to really, I mean, to made his yes. Um, Connery, Daniel Craig, and Dalton. Uh, two favorites, Young Moore and Old Moore. Uh, License to Kill was a masterpiece. Yes. Yeah, Timothy Dalton was amazing. I personally like my Bond. I would actually go with Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Sean Connery. Shaken, not stirred. There you go. Oh, Never Say Never Again. That was pretty good. Uh, oh, we're talking about James movies now. James Bond, the James Bond movies. Yeah, but he had that intensity though. That's the thing I liked about him. He had that really. I mean, he was not a nice Bond. I mean, he was not that. He was very deadly. I miss that. That's what I liked about Pierce Brosnan is that he was just like Timothy Dalton in that when you crossed him, he was gonna bury you. You won't shoot me. You'll miss me. Bam. I never miss. Fuck yeah. And you got to admit, Pierce Brosnan had the best luck with the Bond girls. I mean, all the girls that he had that he acted with in during his movies. Holy cow! I mean, he had the best Bond girls by far. I mean, by far. Holy crow! Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You know what? You got to give him credit though. He gave it a run. You know, that was a hard role to do, and he did try. But yes, he did sound like a cat being choked. Oh shit! Great movie though, huh? That's a fun movie. Those both of the movies are fun. The Mamma Mia movies. They were so much fun. I do love a good musical. Oh shit. Oh man, that's just that's funny as hell. If I'm not mistaken, I think all the actors actually did all their own singing. I mean, that was, I don't think they autoed. Yeah, that's oh my god, that's too funny. That's what he should have just sang, I'm Bond, James Bond, and then I'm sure Spectre would have said, "Oh fuck that, we're done. Take us in." Favorite musical and least favorite musical. Wow. Favorite musical, Phantom of the Opera. Not Phantom of the Opera, Phantom of the Paradise. Love that movie so much. Uh, Least favorite. Uh, wow. I haven't seen Cats yet, so I'm not sure how badly they mangled that. Um, I can tell you, I like this. Meet Me in St. Louis. Wow, Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney. Nice. That's a good one. Well, thanks for your support, Ricky. Now I feel I feel awesome about my list. I was thinking I wanted to see what you thought about it. So I thought I put together a pretty kick ass list myself. Let's see, all that friendly reminder that Pat is hopefully going to review Cats 2018 when he hits 1,000. Yeah, well, I got a long way to go for that. I need 307 to go. Hopefully that'll happen sooner than later. That's right. You're gonna have to crash the party next time. You're gonna have to crash the party. Tell Gareth you're taking over. It's a Ricky and Pablo takeover. Um. Oh. You did. Yeah. I definitely. Um. Are you talking about Genetic Opera? The movie is your least favorite? I love that movie. That movie's awesome. It has Sarah Brightman in it. Yeah, it's Repo is great. It's the first true opera in movie history. It's the first time it's ever been done. I didn't realize till I was listening to the commentary what because I was thinking this is a musical too, and I didn't understand what a difference between a musical and an opera was until they explained it. Um, yeah, I think a lot of people what they're looking for in the opera, they're looking for hooks, and operas don't have hooks. That's the reason why I think it was a lot of people were that's why I think people were taken aback. They're expecting to hear like more pop songs, and an opera is not a pop. It's not pop. It's not created like a pop song. I know he's done some other ones too within the same universe as that. I have yet to see him. I want to see him, but I thought Repo was really fun, and I didn't know until I was watching it that Sarah Brightman was in it. God, I'm trying to think of my least favorite. Um, mm, I guess I would have to say Cats too, right? I mean, they sort of messed that up. But you know what also really sort of messed up too? I know this is an unpopular opinion, but it's not because I don't like. I didn't. Oh yeah, there you go. Grease 2 sucked. Yep. I was a little disappointed in the lack of lyrics. I like the Greatest Showman, but the lyrics of the songs they were about as deep as a sheet of paper. They just didn't really do much for me. The lyrics weren't that strong. I mean, the music was good, but the lyrics weren't that good. That's what killed me with the Greatest Showman. Yes, I agree with you, Echo. And we were just talking about that earlier about forced sequels. There's sometimes the way Grease ended, it didn't need to be they didn't need to have another one. There's no reason to bring it back. There's no reason. Grease is like it's perfect. Grease is perfect the way it is. Yeah, yeah, Grease is the word. I wonder if they would do a Godzilla musical. That would be cool, right? Do Godzilla musical. They probably already done something like that in Japan. Godzilla the musical. Um, well, that's funny you mentioned that because I actually love Jaws too. Hey, John, how are you, sir? I love Jaws too. I actually like Jaws 2 better than I like the first one. I thought it was pretty exciting. And Hank Searles actually wrote a good story. He's the gentleman who wrote Jaws 2. He actually wrote a really good story. But yeah, that's a rare thing. Glad you guys are here. Thanks for keeping me company. Um, the Midnight Hour is coming out. Oh, yeah, I saw Jaws 4. I think he missed, if I'm not mistaken, I think he missed going to the Oscars because he was obligated to make that movie. I felt so bad for him. I was like, wow, that just sucks. I like the idea, all the critics in there are right. When does a shark make noise? Right, right. Uh, Favorite killer animal movie? Grizzly and Anaconda. But Grizzly, that was a Jaws knockoff, but that was great. That movie is bonkers. And when you watch that movie and you see the violence, right? Like the woman getting her arm knocked off and the kid getting killed and everything else, just remember that was rated PG. PG. Same as Jaws. Jaws was rated PG. Michael Caine film, recalibration for you if you want. Favorite killer animal movie? Beep beep, Richie. Uh, I think they're doing some more animals pretty soon. Animal movies. And it's been a while since I've watched. I watched. Oh, Michael Caine recommendation for you if you want. Sure. For Michael Caine, sure. He's done so many great movies. Oh, Going in Style. Yeah, the one the remake they did with him and Morgan Freeman and Kevin Kline, I think, was in it. Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That was an old school entertainment right there. That was a lot of fun. Uh, I thought Zach Braff did a nice job directing that. It was Alan Arkin. I think it was Alan Arkin. Was it Alan Arkin, Kevin Kline, Morgan Freeman, and Michael Caine? Right. I like the remake of the Italian Job too. That was a good movie too. That was exciting as hell. Um, as far as the tube goes, oh, film project. I mean, my favorite interview. favorite interview, favorite review, that sort of thing. Days and Animals is a hell of a killer animal movie, mainly because of Leslie Nielsen. Yep. Kingdom of the Spiders was really good. That was really good. The worst animal movie I ever saw. I'm not sure if it's not really animal, it's insect. Um, that would be The Swarm. God, that movie's bad, really bad. I've never done a film project. I've never been part of it. I've only done reviews and interviews. I have never worked on a movie. I did music for 10 years, but I never did movies. Uh, uh wow. The I will say, there's been like two, three movies that I've written, reviews about that, like I let personal feelings get in there. Like, unless most of my reviews are just reviews, they are what they are. But there's been a couple of movies that I've actually been genuinely angry about, like really mad, like watching it and going like, man, this is infuriates me. Um, Clint Howard for an interview. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I put out a few feelers today for some interviews. So I don't know. Um, I can send one out. That's a good person. I like that. I wouldn't mind interviewing Clint Howard. He'd be fun. He'd be fun to talk to. Uh, let's see. My hardest. Oh, are you talking about me as a music? No, no, no. Uh, yeah, go ahead, Monkey. You got it. Oh, I'm not a music writer. I was a talent buyer. I booked bands. Um, you know what, John? I'd like to tell you, but I'm sort of superstitious that way. I don't want to say anything until unless it happens. So if it happens, I'll definitely tell you who I contacted. But right now, I'm superstitious. If I say who it is, I won't get the interview. So I always keep that underneath my belt until I get it until I get it secured. Um, but let's just play. I mean, so far, we'll see what happens. Like I said before, for every nine, for every one person I get, 10 people say no. So my success rate is very low. It's very hard to do right now, and especially when you have less than 1,000 YouTube subscribers, it really is hard, real hard. Thank you, Echo, and thank you, John. I will tell you who I got for the rest of the month. I'm already starting to work in. I'm starting to do July now. Um, So tomorrow I'll be having Steve Merlo here. And we'll talk about the we're gonna be talking about the Sawyer massacre. And then Monday I have a filmmaker from Louisiana called named Ferlucci Savage. It's his stage name. Uh, yeah. The female driver who killed the drummer from School of Rock, who was riding his bike, turns 21 today. Yeah, I think she's done. I mean, that's. Hey, Rick, how are you, sir? Yeah, it's. You know what? You really hope you really hope that she learns something. But a lot of times though, they don't. They don't learn anything. I mean, and the more famous you are, the more you get out of it. I mean, Brandy Norwood killed somebody. Matthew Broderick killed somebody. Um, who else has killed? What other stars have killed people? Like um, Rebecca Gayheart killed that person drunk driving, and they didn't see justice. They didn't get justice. Uh, yeah, our justice system is not justice. It's what you're just our the level of our justice here in this country is how much can you afford to pay. You know, that's really what it goes down to. It's not if it's law, if it's right or wrong. Or you know, and a lot of the people that get high profile cases, like you'll see this soon enough. Soon enough, you're going to hear some juror from the Johnny Depp trial. He's going to start writing a book about their ordeal. Oh, good, good. But sometimes guilt can be, yep, yep. Sonny from wrestling just killed somebody, yep. But she didn't learn. She'd been busted so many times before for drinking. She never learned. So yep. Did you ever find out if your co-director is interested in selling them? Don't know what that is. Uh, I'm glad. Did the, Ben, is the series over now, or do they just set it up again for the next three? But is the series over? Late checkout. Yeah, late checkout. Molly. Molly is yeah. That movie should be wrapping up pretty soon. Yes, you're right. Um, Oh, the props. Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah, let me do that for you. I can do that. You guys talk among yourselves. Let me go over there and talk to Molly. I can do that. I can do that right now. Okay, I just sent her a question. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely, I just definitely sent the question to her, so I'll see what she says, and see if they are doing that. That's something I've never even thought about asking an independent production. I should probably do that. I should actually, because that would be interesting. Um, I'm sure a lot of I'm sure a lot of fans would love. I know that sometimes they're used as perks for fundraising. Um, like how you donate $50, you'll get a copy of the movie, and maybe you could get you can get a squib, or you can get a picture or something like that. As far as that goes, um, the props themselves, I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting because sometimes the props are reused by production companies. If they make a fake knife or whatnot, I mean, a lot of those props there, they sometimes they get carried over. Yeah, she's a piece of work, isn't she? All right, Molly just answered. Let me see what I got her answer. Let's see. Okay. Uh, let's see. Uh, okay. Okay, Molly says right now that they sold a lot of the weaponry already, but is there anything in particular that you want, Monkey? What do you want to what would you like from the production? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a edge weapon, or something like that? Yeah, let me know what you and you too, John. What would you see? Frame photos using the background things from the walls. Okay, hold on. I think I can do that. Let me go over there and ask her. Okay. Just asked. She'll get back to us. Yeah, I was ashamed about Selena. Yeah, what do you think? What do you guys think of the new Elvis movie coming out? Are they gonna tell the story straight, or do you think they're gonna Hollywood it? Oh, her father. Yeah, her father was garbage. Yeah, I heard they didn't have the greatest relationship. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna portray Colonel Parker in the greatest light. You know that? I don't see it happening. I I agree. And I think that it needs to be told how if they really were straight about it, they would tell you that Elvis, a lot of those songs that Elvis did had already been recorded when he recorded them. That's how it was. If someone recorded a single, it was not uncommon for somebody else to go ahead and grab it and sing it too. A lot of his songs, I mean, and he didn't write them himself. They were just all, they're all, they're from a pool. Let me guys ask you this question. Do you think when Elvis did his movies, do you think those movies hurt or helped his career? The movies that Elvis Presley did, do you think they hurt or they helped his career? I feel a lot of those movies did not do him justice, and he could do dramatic roles. He did a few dramatic roles. Yeah, I'm with you, Monkey. I think they hurt overall. I mean, they're fun. They're fun for the audience, but as far as for him, I think he was. I think they hurt him. But I also think they helped him too by keeping him in the public eye because a lot of his movies came out in the '60s, and those movies they needed to keep him up and at it because of the Beatles. That was the only way for him to compete. Yeah, yeah, that's the old South. Yep. Him and Jerry Lee Lewis and there's been a few down there like that. I don't know if I wonder if they're going to actually do that, or I wonder if they're going to talk about that. About him marrying his Priscilla Presley. I mean, Jerry Lee Lewis. I mean, he was dating his 13-year-old cousin or something like that, or married his 13-year-old cousin. Shit, they're trying to get that passed over in I think Tennessee or West Virginia, where the age of consent is you can marry somebody like 15 or over. Yeah, those Elvis movies, some of them were really bad. Some of those movies are just awful. He hated doing them too. Toward the end, he didn't want to do them. He didn't want to do them. He wanted to do regular movies. Okay, it's 9:30. Just a friendly reminder that the midnight hour will be starting at 10:05 on Hobbs Horse Channel. We'll be staying here till about 9:50, and then I'll be signing off at 9:50. And we'll all head on over to I'll head over to Hobbs Horror Channel. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, it's terrible, Monkey. It's horrible. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Yeah, it's a terrible law. I can't believe it either. Well, you know what though? That's our country though, right? I mean, that's what they've been doing. They've been taking women's rights away for a long time now. They're forcing women to carry the term if they're a victim of incest or a victim of rape. A lot of these places are going to force the woman to carry the term, being forced to have a baby that they don't want or they were raped for. Well, I'll be quite honestly, Monkey. It really comes down to this, and this is a hot take, so to speak. This is all done by right wing white people who want to put these laws into place. because they're scared of they're scared. More and more Caucasian women are no longer having babies, nor do they want to have babies, so they're not having babies, and the birth rate has been in decline for quite a while. The minority birth rate, on the other hand, has been rising. So as you can see, pretty soon, like they say, within 30 or 40 years, the Caucasians here, in the United States, they'll become the minority. The minorities will become the majority. So that's the reason why they're trying to stop. That's why the reason why they're taking away Roe versus Wade, and they're forcing women to have they're forcing women to have kids. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to increase the birth rate. That's all it is. If yeah, because they don't care. You can tell that they don't care. Um, you can go back there and look at you can go back and see any right wing bulletin board or Facebook group or whatever, and when you hear about a minority person and the way they report the stories too, it's like here in Detroit. It's always funny. It's always funny. It's like when there's a shooting or a death of a African American woman. A lot of the times they will mention how many kids. The mother is 6, the father is 6, or the father is 7. What they're trying to do is they're sitting there going like, look how many kids these guys are having, and a lot of times these families are poor. They don't do that with when they report on white crime. If there's a woman killed, they don't go there and they don't say a woman of 7 or a woman of 8. They don't do that. It's very subtle. It's very subtle and passive racism is what the media does. Because a lot of times the first thing is that the narrative isn't the woman has lost her life or the father has lost his life. The narrative becomes, what is she doing having 8 kids, or can they afford to have 8 kids? It's subtle racism here. That's really all it is. It's just control. It's just white men controlling what they got. They want to force women, especially Caucasian women, to carry kids to term. And there's still no ramifications for men. We still have a high rate of deadbeat dads. They're not going to jail. When you get them arrested, they owe tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, for kids that they couldn't afford in the first place. And you're right, the social service net is cracking. If the white people, they like to harsh on the minorities for using social services. They're all on the food stamp. They're all on the bridge card. They're all poor. They're all they're but they don't. But what does it matter, right? Who cares? They have kids. That's a good thing, right? They have 8 kids. You should be celebrating that. But of course not, because they're not the right color. You know how right wingers are. It is what it is. And anybody who says differently, any right winger says differently, it's they're just lying to themselves. Why should you force women to have and you can tell that it's a double talk too. It's double talk. I mean, we get all these mass school shootings, and they don't want to do anything at all to protect us. Arm the teachers. They wanted to arm the teachers, and they talk about giving cops more money. Well, you look at that last shooting down in Texas of all places, right? The cops sat outside for an hour while this guy was killing those kids. Hour. They sat out there on their ass for an hour while the guy was inside shooting. In Parkland, Florida, they had cops down there on Parkland, Florida, armed police. I think he was a reserve cop, or he was He was a retired cop or whatever. And when that guy went crazy on in Florida, he didn't go inside. He didn't go inside not once to try to stop it, and he was armed. Um, the shooting in Buffalo, the shooting in Buffalo. Uh, they called the dispatcher. They're trying to tell her what was going on. The dispatcher hung up on the person making the phone call. The store and the people that were massacred, they were all black. The shooter was white. He was arrested. Arrested. He killed a former cop and 9 other people, but he was arrested. Hey, Katie. Well, I just think it's bullshit. They turn around and they want to. Their idea of always for solving things is not. Is you know what? It's always like you want to reduce something, you take it away. You don't add to it. You know, that's they just that shows you how poorly our school system is. It's not 2 + 2 = 4. It should be it should be 4 - 4 = 0. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how they operate. They can't they and their ideas are always they never work. Arm the key people that have armed the police. They were armed. They sat out there for an hour and did nothing. They did zero. It's it's like wow. How much money did the cop? How much money did that police department have, or it was funded by? I mean, it's like if you're hearing someone inside of a building of kids and you're hearing rounds pop off, why aren't you going in? It's a bunch of cowards. Cops are useless and that's Texas. And they're so proud of being Texan. Well, we get things done down in Texas. Yeah, you did. You watched 21 teachers and kids get slaughtered while you sat on your fat ass and lied about calling in for help. Didn't you have a radio? Hey, Cheetah. Cheetah sighting. Hey, Cheetah. Oh, that's a good boy. What are you doing, Cheetah? Hi, that's the Cheetah. This is my cheetah. There are many cheetahs like him, but this cheetah's mine. Right? 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 Yep, that's what happens. They canceled Batwoman. They canceled it. Looks like the CW is up for sale, so they are basically they're basically trying to streamline the Arrowverse, so to speak. Um, like they canceled they canceled Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow, so they're gone. They still got Flash, but I think they said next year it's going to be Flash's last year, and then they still got Superman and Lois, and I think that's about it. But I think Warner Brothers is looking to sell the CW, so they don't want to, they're trying to streamline what they have as far as on the air. So if the new company comes in, they can go ahead and start scheduling their own programming. I don't. Yes, Ezra Miller needs to go. He definitely needs to go. He is a walking liability. I rather cast Amber Heard than Ezra Miller at this point. I would cast Amber Heard in a project before I would cast Ezra Miller. That guy he just lost it. That's a real shame too. But no, he's not stable at all. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if he's mentally ill. I'm not sure if it's a drug problem, combination. All I know is that he is just a complete liability for Warner Brothers, and they really need to recast him. They should have casted Grant Gustin. I don't know why they didn't. I just truly don't understand that for Justice League. I don't know why they just didn't move Grant Gustin to Flash and Stephen Amell as the Arrow to Justice League. Yeah, it's obvious. Yeah, he is. It's proven. Is that the night? Is that the Gotham's Knights or Knights of Gotham or whatever? Is that what they're doing with him? I thought he was going to be the Green. I thought he was going to be Green Lantern. Stargirl was actually pretty fun. I hope they keep Stargirl. And I always liked the character of Spartan. I thought that was a cool character. But I do believe that Flash will be the next year will be Flash's last season. Oh, I thought it was cool as hell, Monkey. Luke O, Luke Wilson. I loved it. I loved it. I thought he did fine. I thought he was great. Oh, Justice You. Oh, okay. But no, I like Luke Wilson as the father. Stripes. That's cool as hell. I think I think the new Flash. It looked to be like a black uniform. It's gonna be a woman, but it looks like based on the cartoon, she's wearing an all black outfit. That sort of reminds me of the Green Lantern Corps too much. They all have their own color spectrum. A yellow ring, a blue ring, a rainbow ring, which they do, a white ring. That having the Flashes come in with different uniforms come on. Um, oh, good, it got there. Did your package get there too, John? Gosh, I got there fast, Katie. I hope you like it. I hope I did you right, Katie. I tried. Wow, that means oh, okay. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I just hope I did you right. let me know. All right, boys and girls, we got about 9 minutes left. We have about 9 minutes left, and I'm going to shut this stream down because we're all going to go hang out over at the midnight hour. The midnight hour is over on Hobbs Horse channel. I'll drop the link down here. And if we all want to go down over there to Hobbs's channel and hang out, I highly encourage you guys to do that. That'll be cool. Let me go grab it. All right, let's go grab. Okay, this is sweet. Here we go. Here we go. I got this is where we're gonna go next. We're gonna go to Hobbs Horror Channel. There it is. We're gonna go there. As a matter of fact, you know what we'll do? We'll just hang out here and we'll hang out here until we'll hang out here until they go live, and then we'll raid their channel. We'll go over there and do a raid on Hobbs's channel. Well, as much as a raid as 5 viewers can do. I gotta watch the Goonies tonight. I have never seen the Goonies, never once. So I gotta watch the Goonies, and then I'm watching. What am I watching again? I'm watching Black Dragons. It says Black Dragons. It's a 1942 film, and it stars Bela Lugosi, and it's about 6 members of Washington's high society who aren't as they appear are being methodically hunted for the secret they keep. That's gonna be no, not 4K. No, just regular Blu-ray. Oh my gosh, it looks like it already ran over already to Hobbs's channel. That's awesome. They did. Boglins. All right, all right. Okay, all right. And also good news on the baseball front. The Yankees, despite being down 7-3, have now tied the game at 7. Go Yankees, go. That's right. Boglins. James Boglins. Oh yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I hope. I don't know if it has a commentary on it. The copy that I have, I hope it does. Like I said, I've never seen the movie. I did my first. To Be Tuesday. That's going to come out on Tuesday, next Tuesday. I got in too late. I got it done too late. I'm watching and reviewing FX. It was called FX: The Deadly Art of Illusion. That came out in 1986. Let's see. Me? Oh God, I stutter way too much. I do hope Golden State wins. I hope. I love Seth Curry. Seth Curry is an amazing player. He probably is the best player since Michael Jordan. That guy his he hasn't met a shot that he doesn't like and make. No, no, sports announcing is hard work. Um, I like to listen to small college baseball and football. Um, yes, FX is that's the first time I've seen FX. Uh, are you nervous of the show we're rating? No, no, not at all. That's actually that is our mothership. It's the Midnight Hour. Me and Hobbs created it, and that's the mothership for the Midnight Society and the Witching Hour. So, and I agree, John, that the FX that's the first time I've seen FX in a while, but they do have a big ass plot hole that I did not remember until I watched it last night. And after that, I'm just like, I don't get it. I am just sort of perplexed. This has been fun. This has actually been fun. I'm gonna hang on to this one. I'm gonna hang on to this stream. Like I said, we'll have Jerry Beasley back. We'll reschedule him. Uh, yeah, I think that's where they got it from, Monkey. I think that's where they got it from. Al came up with the title. I think Al and yeah, I think Al Ducard came up with the title of the Midnight Society. I think that's where it was. That's where it came from. But it's a pretty cool name, though, right? It's a cool name. I like it, and I like what we're doing with the show. Um, this Sunday we will be starting. We will be starting. We're going to cover the first two American Ninja shows, and we're starting that this Sunday. We're starting the. We're going to do the first two. We got some fun planned up. We have the director of Jason Goes to Hell, Adam Marcus. He's coming on July 3rd to the Midnight Society. That'll be our first celebrity interview. I never watched the show. That's the thing is I never even heard of the Midnight Society. I heard of the Justice Society of America, but that was like a comic book. That was a comic book. I never saw the Midnight Society. Tony Schiavone did wrestling, did Georgia football play by play. Really? Wow. I did not know that. And Jim Ross did Oklahoma football a couple times. Jim Ross makes me mad. I'm just going to put that out there now. Jim Ross, I lost a lot of respect for Jim Ross. A lot of respect. Just pisses me off. He has health issues, right? And one of the things that he got cancer, right? He had skin cancer, and I guess it looked like it was a pretty bad case too. I mean, I heard that he came really close to maybe losing a foot. Uh, oh no, no, not. I will be there. We got. They're going to start at 10:05. But Jim Ross, he had cancer, serious skin cancer. Let's see. I checked one of the boxes. For the A. Oh, really? Okay. And all that was the Babadook, and I absolutely love that film. So I need to see what other source boxes of the movie. Oh no, thank you for looking, John, Brian. Yeah, thank you for doing that for me. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm gonna have to search for I got to find a copy of C for me because that's the movie we're watching this week, this month. I got to find a copy of it. Did you see us? Did you see what we did? We covered we covered Jennifer Kent. We covered her movie, The Nightingale, last on the Sunday for the Mid ISC. Uh, are you talking about the list? On the show video show? Yeah. Oh, my list was I thought my you're talking about the list I had today, right, Brian? I'm glad you liked the Babadook. We covered Jennifer Kent's right, yes. Oh, right, yes, yes. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that list. And my list kicks ass, doesn't it? I'm stoked. Yes, that's right, for my letterbox. I did. That's right, I did. Yeah. I I'm gonna be probably going to war with my library next Tuesday. I'm gonna go down there earlier and talk to them. I think I've missed out on dozens of ISC releases. They're not being released to the bookstore. So I'm gonna go down there and raise a little hell. I tell everybody I'm a huge ISC fan, and there you go. I do like collecting them, but they are hard to find in the wild. They are very hard to find, and I can never find anybody doing a no one. I can't ever find people doing grouping movies together, bundling together. I have never been able to find a good bundle. Yeah, I sometimes I go to the ISC. Yeah, yeah, yes, I'm gonna be telling them that. Exactly right. You're not kidding, monkey. No, I'm. Yeah, Letterbox is I highly recommend Letterbox. Letterbox is worth it. Wow, it is so worth it. It's better than the movie database. I feel the only thing I wish that Letterbox would do, I wish they would do TV series as well. I wish they'd do that if they could, let you put in TV series. Well, just go through those boxes at your leisure. No hurry. Now I know people that will pay for those. If you put those up at like on Facebook Marketplace or what have you, I think you'll get your fair price for that. But I do know there are people that are into Laserdisc. It didn't last that long though. All right, let's see if they're up and running yet. Still no, we still got 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, you're talking about killers here over here. Yes, I am. Yeah, I sent her. You know what? I think it is gonna take a little bit for her to get there to come back with it. I gave her the information, uh, and then she's like she said that they sold some props, but they still got a lot of props left. She just wanted to know what you wanted, so I communicated that to her. but she probably won't be able to get back to me for a couple of days or whatnot. But I definitely will. I don't think it'll take that long. I think Molly will come back and talk to us. Well, now that I know that, Monkey, now that I know you're a collector, I will definitely when I talk to some of these independent film places, I'll ask them about that. I'll just sit there and say, hey, if fans want to buy some props, what's the best way for them to go about doing it? Um, I think like tomorrow, I would think that Steve Merlo, I would think that a lot of his props have already been like because he crowdfunds for his movie. So I think a lot of his props will probably be used as perks. But I'm talking to a lot of independent film companies. So um, when they come up here and we talk, I will definitely ask about that. That's a good question to ask. I totally didn't even think about that, but I know there's a market for that. I know that there's people that love collecting props from movie sets. So yeah, I could definitely do that. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. A lot of these actors and actresses, they love it. The interview I did with Angel Bradford, she Angel Bradford, she did her own props, right? She made her own, she actually did a model of her own head. Let me see if I can grab that for you. Uh let me see if I can grab that for you. That's an interesting interview. Let me see if I can grab that. Okay, this is the interview that I did with Angel Bradford, Monkey. You got to check this out. Go ahead and bounce down to it and bookmark it or whatnot. But yeah, you got to check out her. She did her own effects. Um, yeah, that's cool. William Forsythe, huh? So Mason got vaporized, huh? Mason's got lost, huh? Yeah, vaporized, huh? Poor bastard. Oh my God, he was awesome in that. All right, we okay. Well, let me drop the link to Hobbs's channel. Here's Hobbs's channel right there. He is about ready to go on. So, and he's about ready to go on. So there's the link right there. Please head on over there. I will see you there in about 2 minutes. Thanks for everybody who came out and hang out with me for the couple hours. We will talk at you soon. Oh, I just did. It's right above you, monkey. There's the show right above you. In fact, I'll even drop it again. There you go. There's Hobbs's channel right there, and that's where we're going. So I'm going to ahead and shut this down, and we will talk at you guys in a couple of minutes over in the chat. Thanks so much. We'll be here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for Steve Merlo. Peace.